New year, new goals, and before I set anything too challenging, I want to start to feel a bit stronger so I can feel good on my bike again. And I'm going to get help from an expert to help me, but also give you some tips on how to get fit for riding your mountain bike. I normally just get a bit of turbo training, regular riding and some weight training, but it's all a bit sporadic. So this time I'm gonna get help from an expert, Jonny at Fit4 Racing, to hopefully give me a proper program and get me back fit. Jonny, how's it going?
I'm good, thanks Neil. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks. I've called you up for some help basically. I've got a bit of motivation at the moment and I want to get back into feeling good on the bike. So I've got some basic equipment at home. And I want to do some decent strength and fitness to get the most back out of my riding. And hopefully, I was going to come to you for a bit of help, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. So that's great that you've got some equipment to start with. But I guess ultimately, you're starting afresh, let's say. Have you had a heavy Christmas and New Year?
I would say so, yeah. I used to be fit. I'm one of those people that just sort of excuse my fitness all the time because I did used to be fit. And although I'm pretty active, I don't really watch what I eat and all that stuff. I also don't ride as much. And I've definitely had like peaks and troughs in motivation. But at the moment, I'm feeling good. Like I said, I've got a turbo. I've got my Wahoo trainer set up at home. And I've got some dumbbells, some free weights, and I've got just a bench that I do a bit of stuff with. And I feel like I want to get a bit of a routine and try and get some of that fitness back.
Great. Okay. So I guess it's very determined by how much time you can dedicate to it. And if you're like most people, it's probably an hour a day, maybe 5 days a week at a push, because you're going to want to ride at weekends, right? So if you can do 2 or 3 of the strength side of things and then a couple on the Wahoo trainer, you can balance that depending on the intensity of those sessions. So if they are shorter sessions because of time, then they can be more intense and you don't have to worry so much about the recovery. So for you then, I guess the question is, how much time can you dedicate to the training?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think an hour, I could definitely find an hour a day for those 5 days a week. So there's no reason why I can't do that.
And if your weight is less accessible at home, then things like unilateral movements, so single leg. So ultimately the principles are you want to get as heavy as you can at this stage, you're getting into it, and you want a good strength foundation of basic movements before you add anything fancy or anything that might be too quick that might compromise your form. So get familiar with things like a bench press, or if you don't have a bench, a floor press is equally as good and can be safer because it restricts some of the range in your chest and shoulders to keep them healthy. Certainly lots of upper body pushing and pulling, seated or standing overhead presses. If you only have one dumbbell or kettlebell, that's fine, just swap. And then leg work, hips. So what we want from that is nothing so isolated. So pistol squats are fantastic. They take a little bit of work, but you said you have a bench that can be stable. If you can do a squat off the edge of the bench, you don't need a lot of weight for that to be very impactful on your strength gains at this stage. If that's difficult for you, you can do a simple air squat and hold as much weight, or a goblet squat. So you're holding the weight here, and that'll be quite quad dominant. So you're kind of structuring a workout that'll hit every body part. But if, let's say, you're going to train 3 times a week, you can have a focus area. So that focus area might be upper body on a Wednesday, or say quads and pushing lower body on a Monday, upper body Wednesday, and on the Friday, some hinging work. And ultimately, what you want to be is functional on the bike, things that are going to really reflect on your ability, not build you too heavy. You're not a bodybuilder. You don't want to put weight on unnecessarily. It all needs to be functional and good power to weight ratio.
cheers Johnny for your tips. Really good to speak to him, and also get some really good help. Get a schedule together, get a program to get training, and hopefully give it a few weeks to start to feel better, because also in the program some riding to be done at weekends, so it's not all hard work, some fun to be had as well.